going on, Packers fans? Aaron Negler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live on the Cheesehead TV social channels. It is Wednesday. I hope you're having a good week. We're in the middle of it, and we're still awaiting some kind of definitive word when it comes to a trade of one Aaron Charles Rodgers. But as we do, we continue forward and slog through an offseason with just under a little under a month to go until the NFL draft. Wanted to touch on something that Matt LaFleur mentioned yesterday. We talked a little bit about it at the start of yesterday's chat, but I wanted to expand a little bit on the idea of Rasul Douglas basically ending up starting at the perimeter as he probably should have been all year long last year. Early in the season, obviously, he was playing inside quite a bit. That was something of a failed experiment. I know, and I've already seen people in the chat talk about how Rasul wanted that. He wanted to be inside. I don't doubt it. You pay a man the way that they paid him, coming off such a impressive kind of burst onto the scene season as he had the season prior. He welcomes all comers. He's ready for the next challenge. He's ready to go, and I don't blame him. But sometimes as a coach and as a coaching staff, it is your job to protect a player from himself and or put him, as they like to say, in the best position to succeed. And I'm sorry, I think it's plainly obvious that playing inside, playing that nickel role is not what is in the best interest of Rasul Douglas. I don't think it puts him in the best position to succeed, simply because I think he handles the perimeter on such a high level. And I get it. Yes, did he give up some yardage last year? Absolutely. Everybody did. Hell, Jair Alexander gave up yardage last year. I mean, that is the life of a cornerback. And you got to look back and look at the totality of the season, the way things definitely started to turn around in the second half after losing Eric Stokes, Rasul being forced to play outside, and then kind of a change in approach, especially after the bye week from Joe Barry. All of that, kind of coalesced, and you saw the beginnings, the turnaround, if you will, in the secondary, and specifically from Rasul. I think there's little doubt that his physicality and his knowledge of the game suits him so well outside. I think putting him at safety, which is something that was really bandied about in public, but never, I got the sense, inside 1265 Lombardi, never made much sense to me, simply because, you put him out there against these premier wide receivers, and yeah, sure, are there guys who are going to overmatch him physically, who are probably amazing route runners and have great get off the line and all of these, attributes that give you trouble as a corner? Yeah, no doubt about it. But his approach to the game, again, his physicality, and just his knowledge, the way you look at some of the stuff. There's a rep against Tyreek Hill down in Miami, a third down up the right sideline, where he does a great job of using that sideline to his advantage as an extra defender. That's veteran savvy, and that's that's teaching tape. I just think he is so good in that regard. Is he the fastest? Is he the strongest? No, but he's really damn good when it comes to knowing not only how he fits in the scheme and what he's being expected to do, but knowing his opponents, knowing how to read route concepts, knowing how guys are going to break based on, their pre-snap alignment, leverage, the way that they're lined up pre-snap. And I just think you're wasting a lot of that if you start moving him around too much. That's not to say that he won't be, especially, who knows, once Eric Stokes returns from injury. We'll see how they start juggling that cornerback spot. But I think it's a very good thing to have him locked in on the outside at the start of the season. I think you'll see not only much better play from him, consistency, but from the defensive backs in general, with a new coach, new philosophies back there as far as what they're being asked to do communication-wise, what the rules might be. I think things are going to look a hell of a lot more in tune throughout the secondary, but definitely at the corner spot. Really excited for Rasul, and I think maybe we'll never probably see the likes of, week after week of pick sixes and incredible interceptions that you're wondering where this guy came from, because now we all expect it from Rasul. We expect big plays. We expect him to be a ball hawk. But I think we'll see a return to that type of player, given the opportunities he'll see, especially, as we've talked about a lot here, playing opposite Jair Alexander. Teams are going to want to throw at him. People are going to target him because they don't want to target Jair. They don't want to go after Jair. Yeah, some teams will, obviously, but more often than not, they're going to come after Rasul. And you talk about a guy who's got the mentality, who's up for it, ready to go, who's going to welcome that challenge. It's definitely Rasul Douglas. Hello to everybody in the comment section. So good to see everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Good to see Ryan's here, of course. What's up, man? Do you think someone will wear 0 this year? Rodgers could wear 0 for the Jets. Sorry, I just want the drama to end. Had to throw in a Rodgers shot, didn't you? It's interesting to see some teams already have guys having claimed 0. I mean, not 24 hours after the announcement was made. I think the Jets have somebody, and I saw a team or two others that have tweeted out so and so is going to wear 0. Haven't seen that from the Packers yet. Doesn't mean that nobody will, but I haven't seen anything yet. So we'll see if anyone claims the number 0. 414 Badger, that's a good question. Am I crazy for having high hopes for Torrey at the slot? I don't think it's crazy. I mean, the young man has to do the work, and I think you'll see him utilized a whole lot this summer, and they'll probably throw the kitchen sink at him and see what he can handle, whether it's in the slot or on the perimeter or all across the formation. Man, I'm telling you, the kid did everything he was asked last year. And I thought he acquitted himself really well whenever he was given the opportunity. He didn't get a ton of opportunities, but when he did, I thought he answered the bell. So, yeah, I think the sky's the limit for the guy if he continues to take advantage of and makes the most of all those opportunities that are surely about to come his way, given the fact that that production in the passing game's got to go somewhere. And someone's got to take those reps. So I hope he makes the most of it. But no, I don't think you're crazy. Absolutely not. Big B is here. What's up, Big B? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. We got Mike. What's up, man? Thanks to the super chat. Reasonable expectation for Love in 2023 is can he be / look like a functional starter that can get you to the playoffs consistently in years to come? I mean, yeah, that'd be nice. I don't know how you make that determination. I think I keep saying the same thing, but yeah, run the offense, move the ball efficiently, score points. I'll be happy. But yes, if that leads to many years of playoff appearances, giddy up. I'm all for it. Tonezilla, thanks for the super chat. Could you see Green Bay double dip at tight end with their first 2 picks? Man, never say never, right? But I'd be very surprised with the first 2 picks. I think there's a good possibility they double dip at the position in the draft as a whole. I'd be very surprised if it was the first 2 picks. But again, never say never. I'm not going to completely dismiss the possibility. What's up? Carl's here. Brandy's here. All gang's all here. What's up? Brandon's here in Kansas. How's Kansas, man? Jackfire, what's up, man? Nixon wants it per his Twitter. I saw Nixon wants to play on offense. I know that. We're all for it. Look, LaFleur teased us last year about Jair getting in on offense, and that never happened. So I'll believe it when I see it. But I'd love it. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. Use him in that kind of orbit motion role, some of that kind of get outside on the perimeter, get him in space. Let's do it, man. I'm all for it. Quinn, thank you for the super chat. Excited to see the second-year leap for Quay. That is an exciting proposition. There's no doubt about it because you saw his explosiveness, his playmaking ability, and I thought he was really rounding into shape in the second half of the season. Put a number of really nice games together. Of course, he had the 2 unfortunate incidents, one in Lambeau and one in Buffalo. Got to learn from that. But, man, you talk about an exciting young player. The ceiling is so apparent as far as making that kind of jump from year 1 to year 2. You heard Matt talk about that yesterday at the owners' meetings. Yeah, if he does the work and arrives the right way and takes advantage of this opportunity, man, sky's the limit. Because you certainly saw as the season progressed when he started to kind of play a little bit more in control. I think early in the season you saw him overrun some things with the sprinkling of like, oh, hey, what was that? Like a tackle, really physical play, what have you. Once he got the speed of the game, a little bit more accustomed to it, you really started to see him come alive. And I think if he can hit the ground running in year 2, look out. Offenses around the league need to look out. What else we got? Justin, thanks for the super chat. I think a conditional pick in the trade for 12 would be good for the fan base. Won't have everyone divided on if we should root for Aaron next year. I mean, that's true. I mean, that'd be perfect ammo for the Rodgers stands, right? Well, you have to root for Aaron. If you're rooting against him, you're rooting against the Packers. So that's a good point. I think that tracks. Mimsy, thanks for the super chat. This trade is one of life's beautiful mysteries. Using 12's own quote. I like it. Joshua asks, what am I drinking today? I am drinking water at the moment. Beautiful. fluoridation. Water mandrake. Anybody? Anybody know? Am I really dating myself? Probably. But yes, today is water. I've been pretty damn sick the last couple days, so trying to get back under control over here. Hydrate. Brett, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. If Pack averages 20 points, can they say 8 wins or more? Man, you want to say yes, right? But who knows with the defense as inconsistent as it was last season. There's no guarantee they'll pick up where they left off. I know Matt's talking about continuity or what have you, but man, they looked so good against the 49ers in that playoff game and then arrived week 1 against Minnesota looking completely discombobulated and disheveled. Didn't look much better for about a month after that. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I want to say yes, but anything is possible. Oh, here we go. Art Opperman has written a short novel here on Facebook, and I'm going to share it with the group. I know this wasn't necessarily the topic at hand, but I have an inkling that Jordan Love will play better than expected. I know that might be wishful thinking, but I also believe that he will be more inclined to not overthink the offense and stick with the game plan. Can he actually run the offense and make the plays is a completely different topic, but I think he might prove a lot of people wrong. Maybe I'm just dreaming, but I feel like there's something there, and it would seem the Packers, I guess, agree. Art, I'm in complete agreement with what you just wrote. Well done. Well done indeed. Dennis says carry the G. I mean, I think we can all drink to that. Oh, what we got here, folks? I can wait on the trade now. PFF Mock Simulator is now charging for more than 2 rounds in player trades. Man, you guys go hog wild about the mock drafts. It's crazy. It's just crazy. The mock drafts are nuts, man. I mean, and I get it. I always say, like, I understand the mock drafts are fun and they generate conversation. I understand. I'm not knocking the mock drafts. It's just, whoa, baby. Like, here's my thing. And I've said this before. I'll probably say it a million more times. I just don't understand how everyone gets so invested in some of these players. Like, you do these mocks and you're like, you just pine for whoever from whatever school and you want him on the team. And then he goes to, like, the Bears or he goes to the Patriots or he goes to some other team. And then, like, you're all invested. And now they're not on the Packers. Like, I can't do it, man. Like, I obviously watch a lot of the top guys, and I want to know what's going on when the draft rolls around, but, man, I just don't get being attached to these dudes and then having your heart ripped out over and over again on draft night. That's just tough business, man. Ed, thanks for the super chat. I agree with you about growing pains with Love. He might have some incomplete passes in this year's Super Bowl victory. That's pretty good, Ed. That's pretty good. That's a super chat that went on a journey. I like it a lot. Christopher asks, Stokes in the slot? I don't think so, but who knows? I mean, I think it's Keyshawn's gig to lose from what, Matt was saying yesterday. But would they think about trying that? Maybe. I don't particularly think that's a good fit. I don't think he's got a lot of the kind of twitch you want there, and I certainly don't envision him sticking in his nose against the run in the way you'd like at that position, but never say never. I've been surprised before. What else we got here? We got Carl. What's up, man? I know folks don't like talking NFL rules, but I'm glad they're penalizing the hip drop swing tackle. It made me cringe, caused high ankle sprains. Are they penalizing it? I thought they tabled that. I know they were looking at it, Carl, but I don't know. Maybe I might have missed it yesterday because I know there was a release of the things they had kind of approved as far as the what do you call it, the fair catch and the punts coming in the end zone coming out to the 25 and things of that nature. But I thought the hip drop had been tabled. I could be wrong about that though. Someone can correct me there. But as far as the idea about penalizing it, I don't know, man. At some point, just put flags on them. And I get it. You want to protect players. I completely understand that. But you're trying to get these guys on the ground any way you can. They're running a million miles an hour. They probably outweigh you if you're a defensive back. And you're trying to grab on and get them on the ground. And I understand you're trying to protect guys, trying to make sure they don't get high ankle sprains and things of that nature. But man, at some point, it's a contact sport, and guys are going to get hurt. And yes, you want to do everything you can to protect them, especially long term when it comes to heads, trauma, and things of that nature. But man, you got to let them play ball. I don't know, man. That's a tough one for me. Matt, thanks for the super chat. If when the schedule is expanded to 18 games, do you think the NFL adds a second bye week for teams? Yeah, I think there's a good possibility that that happens, and I really hope we see some kind of lining up of bye weeks and Thursday night Thursday night games and things of that kind of ilk. But yeah, I think 2 bye weeks is probably in the hopper because, as you indicate, yes, the 18 game schedule is an inevitability. Miguel, thanks for the super chat. This draft should be about put an offense around Jordan and help him succeed. I mean, to some extent, yes. I don't doubt that will be, one of the emphasis, right? But you never want to put blinkers on. You don't want to pass up on talent just because you have a idea of what you want to accomplish draft-wise as far as team building and supporting your young quarterback. Yes, of course you want to do that. I'm not dismissing that. But, man, if you're bypassing a premier player, some guy you think has an insane ceiling on the defensive side of the ball, just because you feel you're compelled to, quote, help your quarterback, man, you can help your quarterback by keeping games under 20 points, as we were just talking about. I don't know. I feel you. Yes, I agree. Build that bedrock, right? I feel like Brian's kind of been doing that piecemeal as he's been going along here, though, these last couple of years. Funnily enough, in the draft where they selected Jordan Love, they got 2 guys in A.J. Dillon and Josiah DeGuara, who I suspect we're going to see a lot more of this season than we ever have before, in aid of helping young Jordan Love. But I hear you. I definitely hear you. It's good to see Dale here, checking in from London. How are you, man? Hello from New York City. Mario, thank you for the super chat. It's time to give Aaron Jones the touches he deserves. He's that guy, top 5 running back in the league, going to need those touches, especially in the red zone. Mario, I think you're spot on there at your last part. The red zone thing with Aaron Jones is mystifying because he has such a great nose for the goal line. The way he was just invisible at times in the red zone last year and didn't get many opportunities whatsoever. I kind of understand limiting his overall touches, right? You want to keep him healthy. I get that. It still frustrates me to no end when he gets like 3 carries in the first half, but I get it. You're trying to be judicious. You're trying to make sure he's healthy. I get all of that. But man, Aaron Jones is one of the best runners inside the 5 that I have ever seen. Talk about a guy who can find a crease and get small and get through the hole, get that ball across the goal line. It's Aaron freaking Jones. Get this man the football. Get him in the end zone. That's what I am saying. Ruben, thanks for the super chat. If you've seen it, what did you think of Tom Grossi's Eminem cover? Is that okay, Ruben? I'm glad you asked because I have seen it. I had no idea what the song was. I'm not a big Eminem guy, so I had no clue. I saw it was a cover, and I was like, oh, what is this? I had never heard the original, or I probably heard it, but I just didn't recognize it. So I thought it was lyrically brilliant. Tom does a phenomenal job, of course. And the point of view stuff from Brian and Aaron was great. No doubt about it. And before you come after me, man, I'm sorry. I'm just not an Eminem stan. That's just not my thing. Never been big on him. It doesn't mean he's not super talented. He deserves all the plaudits he gets. It's just never been my thing. That's all. Attorney Cooper up in here saying the Packers win the NFC North this season. Look at that. Laying it down. I like it. Dylan, how can you not be romantic about draft season? I like it. What else we got here, folks? Braden says, edge, pick 15. Yeah, I saw, Bucky Brooks had the Packers taking an edge in his most latest mock. I think it is something that doesn't probably get bandied about a whole lot in the draft industrial complex as far as Packers' possible picks at 15. But you better believe they'll be looking at edge. And if there's somebody there that they have a high grade on and they think fits, no question about it, particularly with the idea that Rashawn Gary is most likely not going to be ready for week 1, you're going to need rotation there. You're going to need bodies, and you're going to need talent. And Preston Smith is getting towards the end, man. He's getting towards the end of his contract. So there's a lot of reasons to think, yeah, they'll probably look there. If the value's there, if there's a guy they like with upside and, they think they can develop, yeah, 100%. I would not dismiss that idea. Mm-hmm. Oh man, if we pick a kicker in this draft, Banky will lose his mind. I think Banky will be all right if they take one in like the 7th round. If they take one in the 5th round, yeah, Banky will lose his mind. Send the Jets 12 and our 3rd for their 13th pick. Goody should not be allowed to draft in the 3rd round, period. Greg, I've heard that a lot, and I obviously disagree, but I get what you're saying. I think the idea of the Packers giving the Jets a pick if Rodgers only plays 1 year is probably something that's getting discussed. I have little doubt that is the case. Ryan, thanks again, buddy. The NFL flexing Thursday Night Football is a good thing. Say what? I mean, it's good for Amazon. I'll grant you that. It truly sucks for anybody who buys tickets for the games. But of course, it's a TV show at this point, so fuck them season ticket holders, right? I feel you, man. Nags, would not getting Love a veteran QB this year be a disservice to his development? No. I mean, Aaron Rodgers had 2 rookies behind him his first year as a starter, and he turned out okay. No, I don't. I think, you heard Matt talk about the idea of, both kind of avenues, whether it's a rookie or someone with veteran experience. And I understand, and you guys know, you've been on this channel enough. I'm very much of the belief they should draft someone and develop him behind Jordan. I'll understand and I'll get it if they want to bring in a vet, but I don't think it does a major disservice to Jordan in any way if they don't. I think he'll be just fine. Greg, Nags read my comment. I'm a big talker. You're a big talker, dude. Big B, the fact that I have to defend Don Hudson in the year of our Lord 2023 is ridiculous. No, Big B, I understand what you're saying. I saw that list from Sports Illustrated, which is fine. Everybody gets lists. Everybody gets an opinion. I understand. What's more ludicrous is having to talk about Bart Starr at number 9. Number 9? Come on. Give me a sizable break. Number 9. I mean, Don Hudson, yeah, the idiots are going to squawk and whatever. I mean, we all know how his greatness, completely dominated his era, unlike any other player. And, ignorance will prevail on Twitter especially, but, man, people know. The real ones know. Don Hudson is the man. Okay? But Bart Starr at number 9? Come on. It's not even worth the pixels it's printed on. All right, everybody, I got to get going. I can't thank you enough for hanging out and talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Cheesehead TV social channels. Please do me a monster favor and hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family, Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great night. Go Pack, go.